President Trump's strike on Iranian nuclear sites is drawing sharp reaction on Capitol Hill, and particularly from Virginia lawmakers. Congressman John Maguire and Ben Cline are applauding the president for taking action, calling it a clear message that Iran will never be allowed nuclear weapons. Both noted the operation was executed with precision and that U.S. forces returned safely. Virginia Democrats, meanwhile, are calling for limits on presidential war powers, reflecting more of that national debate that's taking place. Senators Kaine and Warner renewed their push for a war powers resolution, warning against America sliding toward another endless conflict without proper congressional oversight. As the region remains on edge, Republicans argue the strike was a vital show of strength and deterrence. Non-interventionist voices, of course, are raising alarms about the potential for a wider war. Congressman and former Navy SEAL John Maguire joins us now. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us.
Great to see you, Chanel. Thanks for having me on.
This debate almost felt like it suddenly became moot once the ceasefire was announced. But I guess it isn't. I guess this is still a lingering conversation amongst your colleagues on the Hill.
Well, I'll tell you, it's shocking. Right now, we need a unifying message. And you remember when Obama was president, Senator Kaine wanted to increase his war power as president. But now that we have President Trump in the White House, they want to reduce his war power. And I would ask I guess your audience can decide if that's not hypocrisy. I don't know what is. But I got to tell you, I reached a new level of cynicism yesterday on the House floor when the squad, the radical Democrats, put in to impeach President Trump. When President Trump almost single-handedly created peace in the world. I mean, he denied a state sponsor of terror, Iran, from having a nuclear weapon. He has totally eliminated their ability to make a nuclear weapon with our incredible military. And it just looks like the Democrats are on the side of chaos and terrorism. The world is definitely a safer place.
In my monologue earlier in the show, I was talking about this odd dichotomy that we're hearing out of the U.S. intelligence community that seems to be standing alone, solely by itself, saying, on the one hand, just a few days ago, feeding all this stuff to CNN, that Iran was nowhere near a nuclear bomb. They weren't, they had all the material, but they weren't really intending. There's no evidence that they were intending to build a bomb. And then just a few days later, we see that President Trump drops bombs, bunker busters on these nuclear sites and facilities. The entire world seems to confirm that those facilities have been incredibly damaged. Iran's program incredibly set back. And now you have DIA and CNN saying, oh, actually, it just set them back by a few months. Which is it at this point? And why is the intelligence community, in your opinion, so divergent here from what the rest of the world seems to know?
Well, what I would say is there are certainly holdouts, and President Trump is making sure the right people are in the right job. But it's a federal crime to leak information. But the bottom line is, I've looked at the satellite imagery myself, and that place is destroyed. And despite that, the intelligence reports said that they had enriched uranium at 60%. You need 90% for a weapon. And if you look at the destruction, there's no way they're going to go from 60% to 90%. But the ability for the state sponsor of terror, Iran, to project military power has been greatly diminished. I never thought in a million years I would see Israeli F-35s being refueled over Tehran, just flying around, not worried about it. Also, think about the allies for Iran in the area. None of them have spoken up or gotten involved. And because, as President Trump said, Iran is the bully of the Middle East. And I think even folks that aren't friendly with the U.S. are secretly celebrating that this terrorist state does not have a nuclear weapon, and we took away their ability to do so.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.